Alright, one moment. And I'm gonna make sure it's not gonna be choppy this time. La 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 la. Gotta post things. Posting. Analytics. Well, I don't know what kind of questions we trying to answer here. Okay, this should be up. My chat window is here. Bloop. Test, test. Okay, yeah, that works. Man, I wish my my headset wasn't so low. I don't know if it's an issue with the headset or the jack or what. It's just the headset is just like really, really soft. And Bloop. Okay. Full screen off. Like, it's just like, I have everything cranked up, and it's just, you can barely hear anything. But the microphone seems fine. Like, the mic reception seems okay. Yay! Noob is here. Let's see who else did their homework tonight. I'm just gonna play for a while. Look at that pumpkin mask, it's Halloween, yay. Ah, that pumpkin mask distracted me. Boom. Distracted me, so I took damage. My voice is a little soft. Alright, let's mess with some volume stuff here. First we're gonna go into here. I'm gonna pump this up. Pumping up the jams. Levels. This is all the way up. Boom. Okay. And now let's go into OBS. Or is that better? Let me know if that's better. And if that's good enough, then I'll just keep it. Oh, oops. La la la. No holla, $2. Nick is playing Zelda and trying to save up money for his big shield. Stupid pancake accordions, I hate those guys. Alright, noob, let me know if my voice is better. Boop, 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 boop. Oh! Do 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 do. Whoa! Yeah. I'm getting no response. I'm gonna who said that my voice was a little soft when I boosted the audio, so I want to know if it's any better. Let's check Twitter. Do. No excuses, Indy Kylo. Yeah, you gotta do your homework, man. This is super serious. Serious business. I mean, it only started being serious like 2 seconds ago. Yeah, Regis is here too. But Regis did their homework.
Regis Philbin?
No. How's my voice? Is it okay? Can you hear it now? Is it better? Boom. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Voice is good now. Excellent. Wait. Hold on. Don't get carried away. We're still waiting. We're still waiting for people to show up. We gotta see if Deadlock comes, and we gotta see if Kylo doesn't take a sick day on us. Do 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 do. Then we'll get to the thing. And don't worry, we're gonna stream other stuff. It's just that I'm done with the game. If it ends up that
You're done with the game?
he's talking about how Slow Down Bull stuff streams over, so he's like sad. If it comes to like fixing bugs, then sure, I'll fix bugs on stream and I'll rally up some people to be special guests. But don't worry, we're gonna keep streaming. And I'll figure out something. Do 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 do. It'll be awesome. An extension. You have an excuse? What's your excuse? Let's hear it. Let's see if I accept your excuse.
So your dog ate the homework.
What? It's digital homework. Maybe digital dog ate the digital homework. That's possible. It's better be a good excuse. Ugh. See, I just ran into a rat. So distracted. What's wrong with the game? Nick. What a jerk. Busy working on Project Party Castle and Vincent. Alright, I'll accept that excuse since you've got like the flow state going on. But the rest of you, Nick does not accept your excuse. Okay, what am I gonna get? Alright. Is Deadlock here? Uh-oh. I can't shoot my gun. Okay, there it was. There was like a moment where I could not shoot. Okay. Who wants to go first? Between Regis and Noob. Because you guys did your homework. Like good students. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ow! This is a bad situation. I'm in a bad situation. I need to get out of this bad situation. Especially that bad situation. Do arrows work on wizards? I don't know. Alright, Noob, go first. What is your weapon idea? And, explain it as thoroughly as you can in the chat, and then we'll talk about it. And I'll ask questions, and then Regis can go. Alright. Keep explaining, and let me know when you are done with your explanation, and we will go from there. Gotta explain exactly how it works. Explain how it works, and explain why it's a good fit for this game. Who's left alive? Do 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 do. Alright, there's some freaking crow around here somewhere. There he is. Just standing over there like a fool crow. Do 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 do. Oh, get away, assassin! Nobody likes you, especially not me. I don't know if you guys saw that dodge just now, but it was awesome. Ah, new gun. Do 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 do. Oh man, I already got the police on me. Ugh. Oh gosh, that's right next to me. Whew. Alright. I need a new gun. Ow! What a jerk. Boom. Alright, so let's read. Let's pause to read. My idea was a gravity gun, but not quite like Portal. Didn't the gravity gun start in Half-Life? Gravity gun was Half-Life 2. Anyway, when you shoot a bullet, it uses energy, so it takes energy as ammo. And the bullet impacts and what's happened? Did you get eaten by a pancake accordion? Did you? You just got that shield! Oh my god. Okay, alright, sorry. When the bullet impacts on an enemy or a wall, it creates a temporary black hole. It sucks enemies towards the black hole, trapping them in place. More of a trap lesson allows the player to use other weapons in a targeted area, affecting more enemies at once. I thought another feature could be if two black holes are too close together, they would explode. So, if it was the only weapon you had, it could actually do damage. Okay, I like... Sorry, I'm about to die here. I like this idea because it reminds me a bit of Plants. Oh shit! Plants alt fire, which can be used as sort of a trap. And even though it is it's a relatively complicated. I mean, it's complicated in its mechanic, but in its use, it is not. You still just like aim and fire. And it has, I could fit within the archetypes of like, of weapons that you fire and leave an effect on the ground, like the toxic stuff. Oh god, I'm gonna die. Oh I died. Crap. So it's still like archetypal of the game. And I like that you can blow it up if you so choose. But I can see that being like really good for like steroids, right? Because he's got the dual wielding, so we could fire this and then like unleash it, unleash his other weapon with it, which could be super cool. So here's some questions for you. How much energy do you think a single shot of this gun should take? And it doesn't have to be an exact amount. It could, well, I mean, it could be an exact amount. You could go look up on the wiki and see what energy weapons take what amounts, and give me an exact amount. Or you could just say small or large. So what do you think? Say what you would think and say why. Say why you think it would take that amount. Yeah, arrows are kind of, I guess it's like a boomerang, right? Alright. Yeah, go to the wiki page and look up all the energy weapons and see what they take. Okay. We'll have intermission while that's going. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ugh, I'm just not doing well today. Not paying enough attention. I'm all distracted from Halloween candy. Do 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 do. We'll do this one. And oh, I got double level up. Bam! I've got lots more questions for him too, so it won't be this one. Do 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 do. Route 8 to 10. Okay, why do you feel that? Thinks it would take 8 to 10 ammo per shot, which is relatively high. And why? Why would it need a high ammo sink? No. The delay on this, and like when I'm going from asking you guys questions to getting answers, it's a little slow. But whatevs. I see you, assassin. Get out of here. Do do do. The explosions part seems pretty good. Then again, it's meant to be a trap, so maybe a little less per shot. Well, actually, I think a high ammo per shot is good. Not just because, like, you know, it has, like, even though it's got like a utility element, it seems like a gun you wouldn't be shooting that often. Like, it seems more like, you know, something like these guns where you're just spamming them constantly. I think it would be closer to some of like the lower rate of fire guns that you aren't shooting that often. So the fact, like, having it have a high ammo count, I think to offset that would be a good idea. Because it is like, it's one of the things where it's like powerful in the right situations. As like a crowd control thing. And I don't think there are as much in the way of crowd control in this game, but I can see how it would fit. My other question, okay, so my next question is, first of all, why do you think it's a good fit for this game? This weapon idea. I don't know actually. Is there an enemy in the original Zelda that takes money away from you? Maybe. Oh, get out of here, assassin. Don't like your face. It's tough because like I have to ask the question and you have to type up your response, which takes up the time. So okay. So why you think it would be a good fit for this game? It's super hectic. A weapon that allowed the player to focus fire instead of dodging all over would be kind of calming. Interesting. so it's like a relief weapon. It's like you've been like, it's kind of like, you know, when you get like the freaking laser minigun and you're like, oh phew, I can just like sort of fire and forget a little bit, and it's like a moment of calm. Let's kill that. Kill that statue. Ooh. Get out of here. Oh no. Boom. I think, yeah, I can see that. That's sort of like how it balances. That's sort of like a problem that it's trying to solve, right? It's trying to, like, the intent of it is trying to solve a specific problem that can arise in the game. But why does it like why does it make sense in this world, and why does it, like last time we were talking about the whole pull and retract thing, and how like mechanically it oh, okay, here's a better way to phrase the question. So let's say you prototype this weapon and you go to play test it. Like, what do you think the biggest risk is about the weapon not working? Like, what's the biggest potential place it could go wrong, and be like, oh, this isn't going to work in this game because this. Like, what would be the thing you would look for in playtests to see what the riskiest thing about it not working might be? Oh, I still have the assault rifle, but I picked up a prop gun. Boop. Do. Oh, nice big dog. Boom. Alright. Putting enemies into a wall, but not actually to the middle of the black hole. Maybe it did, if it did sort of some damage to walls. Well, that's sort of like a technical problem, I guess. Like, oh, what if enemies got stuck in walls? I'm more interested in, like, what would be something that might happen that would be like, oh, this weapon isn't actually a good fit for this game. Think about strategies that players tend to use, and if the dominant style of play would make it so that other weapons would be preferable to using it, like if it would be too much of a pain to use it, or like what are some, like, think more, I guess, macro. What's this? Oh, minigun, excellent. And not just, oh, what could a bug be that it introduced? That's not really what I'm asking. If the doesn't make any sense, let me know and I will try and clarify my question a little more. And if I can't clarify it, I'll have Nick help me clarify it. Do you get what I'm trying to ask, Nick? He's busy Zeldaing. So I wanted him to tell me what, oh, hang on, let's see what he said. Get out of here, spider. Oh, get away. Like, so he has this weapon idea, and I'm asking to, think about, like, do some risk mitigation, I suppose. Think about places it could go wrong and not work in the context of the game. He says long corridors wouldn't work too well with this, so it would be better in large open areas. That's true, and I think there are already guns that that sort of have that trade-off, where some guns don't work very well in certain situations. So I don't think that's necessarily like a huge problem. I actually like the idea I guess, I like it because, like, in how it is used, it fits very well with how most of the other guns are already used, but it does introduce something, like, really different. I think there are certain... I can see it being the sort of weapon where it's like, oh, I really want to hang on to this weapon if I'm about to go to the labs because that'll help deal with all the freaks really well. Oh, laser cannon. No, I'm taking it. Boom. Yay. Sweet. And, there aren't too many weapons. I mean, I guess like I said, the toxic ones. Could you hurt yourself with this weapon? Like, would you be affected by its gravity field, or do you think that would be too problematic? Because there are many weapons in this game that you can hurt yourself with. We've already... I was asking to, like, think about places the design could go wrong. So, like, if he were to prototype this and playtest it, like, what sort of things would he be looking for? What sort of problems? Oh no, I just died. Oh, and I had a minigun and a laser cannon. F. That was a good run. I sort of botched it. I wasn't being careful enough. Think if only if you got super close. So you could actually... Would it be like it just did damage to you, or would it be like you would actually get stuck in there? Or would it just be like, maybe it didn't affect you, but the explosion could affect you, maybe? I think that would be simpler to understand. Wait a minute, what the hell? Why is Big Bandit here? I just started. This... I might have gotten the skip ahead bug. Because I just restarted, and there's Big Bandit. What the hell? That's weird. It sucked you in, it wouldn't be that useful unless the range was small. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Good call. Alright. Well done, sir. I approve of this weapon. I think it, so tell me what your process was with coming up for this. What sort of things did you think about to try? What were your sort of constraints that you used? No, that was level 1. Just Big Bandit just showed up. The level 1. Is that a bug already? This build. I think it'd be good to do just damage and not gravitize. Yeah. I like how the post-boss music keeps playing. I'm gonna look up in the forums to see if this is... This is a... Oh, I'm just watching. Let's see. So Big Bandit just... What happened was I died, and I restarted with a quick restart, and then Big Bandit just showed up on the first level.
Damn.
Did you get eaten by a pancake accordion again?
No.
Okay.
It's just...
Sorry for the
way
pause.
that it snaps you onto the grid sometimes, like, really messes you up.
Nick is complaining about grid snapping. Alright, Nuclear Throne. Where is your Steam page? Nuclear Throne. Sorry guys, I'm just taking a break to see if this bug has been noted. How shall I look this up? Big Bandit 111 maybe? Search. I wish there was an easier way on the forums to look up potential like bugs that already existed. Okay. Alright, so let's read about process. Oh no, I'm gonna die and I have like all this extra stuff because I wonder if he'll show up in this level. Yep, there he is again! I got double Big Bandit. Double the fun. Big Bandit showed up on the first level, and then he showed up again on the third level. The level he's supposed to show up in. Big Bandit, is this some kind of Halloween special? Are you just that lonely? Well, hey, I gotta kill him so I can read the response. Oh, goodness. I'm all thrown off. Okay. Let me pause again so I can read. So what it is, I just thought of some things that would look cool that are already kind of in the game. The game has the end portal, and I thought it would be a cool weapon. I like that. I like that because when the end portal shows up, it does some like destructive damage, like it'll blow out the walls. So that would make sense thematically to like have an explosion. I like that idea. Well done, sir. Now that's just me, and I don't work on this game, so you know. Maybe I'll see if they share the opinion that it is a good idea, and because I'm sure there are things where it's like, oh, that wouldn't work for this, that, or the other. That I don't know about. But I like it. Good job. A+. Alright. Regis, it's your turn. Are you still awake? You could have fallen asleep because it's like 6 a.m. over there. Oh wait, I needed to look up. Oh yes, you can spawn Big Bandit multiple times in the desert. It's just like I think it's a bug? Yeah. Alright, so this has been documented. This is a known bug. Alright, known bug. Don't have to report it. Do. Alright. God, Regis, you're hardcore. Alright, it's your turn. Tell me what your weapon idea is, and explain how the gun works, and why, and yeah, explain how it works, and then let me know when you're done explaining, and I'll go over it. Alright. So I can't mess up this run because I've got extra. Oh crap! I have extra HP, or not HP. Extra. What is the fucking experience? That's the word I'm looking for. That I can't speak because it won't come to my brain. Because of that extra Big Bandit. So I can't blow this. I can't ruin this good fortune that has found me. Ah. Which dungeon are you on, Nick? That's this one with the stupid freaking wizards. I hate that one. It's the worst. It's the worst dungeon in that game.
I saved up all my money for this stupid shield so I could block the wizard thing, and then there's just like so much crap going on. The like sparkly dude rams into me and knocks me into like 5 different pancake douchebags.
Stupid pancake douchebags. I hate those pancake guys. They're the worst. They're the worst! Alright. Let me know what the gun idea is. Nick is super frustrated by Original Zelda. I don't know if you guys have played Original Zelda, but it's really hardcore. It's like Dark Souls, basically. Original Zelda. Alright, I need ammo, probably. Be good. Do 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 do. Oh, get away, assassin! You're gonna ruin all of my hopes and dreams. I hate you. Always ruining the hopes and dreams. Alright, here we go. Oh my god! I didn't even see that freaking sniper was right there, and I didn't see him until I had already shot. And I was like, oh, there's a sniper right there. I'm gonna die. And then I died. Yes, tell your weapon idea, like in detail, and let me know when you're done explaining. And then we'll go over it. Ah, that was terrible. La la la. La la la. La 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 la. Sorry, I'm just checking some things. Checking the things over here, over there. All the things have been checked. Boop boop boop. Alright, let's do Rebel. Do. Oh, crap, I'm not playing Crystal. I did that thing. Go, little buddy. Do you want me to be level 6 for you? I mean, it's been a while. Yeah, why do you lose money? Is there maybe the accordions take your money in addition to your shield? No, I haven't had any accordions. Is it like whenever you die, you lose money? I don't know. Do. Oh, maybe arrows cost money. Oh, yeah, maybe that's what the... Yeah, okay. Arrows cost money, apparently. Well, apparently $1 billion wasn't enough. This crystal run isn't going... I mean, not crystal. See, I can't even tell who I'm playing. Ugh. Let's do plant. Planty plant. Do. Oh. Do. I got past my snare like a jerk. Like a jerk face. Let's save up for another shield. Oh wait. Boom. Do. Boom. Whoa, I got the portal. Did I get to the oasis? You guys, I got to a secret place. I've never gotten to a secret place without knowing what I was doing before. Oh, I'm so excited. I got to a secret place, Nick. Aren't you excited for me?
Oh my god.
Nick's not excited for me. What? A fairy gave Nick 1 health. That is hacks. That is not right. Okay, let me read real quick. My weapon would be a suicidal TNT belt. It would explode everything on screen, including yourself and maybe walls. It would do small damages to enemies. It would just kill small enemy, and you would lose like 3 to 5 health. It'd be useful when you're surrounded by small enemies, but you have to be full of health to use it. The problem would be I don't really know how much explosive ammo it was cost. Alright, so in a way, it's kind of like a, it's kind of like a, like melt, it's not really like melting his ability, because it, does damage to you, and it's like an AoE, instead of, like, what is on the units in the screen. But it's interesting in that it is not actually a projectile. It is like, it's like an ability, really, because there's no projectile associated with it. And the only other things in the game that don't have projectiles associated with them are like melee weapons. So 3 to 5 health is a ton of health. Like, most characters, like, I've got 8 health. So this would be something that I could use twice. I could use it twice. So that is a big chunk of health. It would have to be, so the problem here, okay, so wait, before I go on, I've got to ask the same questions, and I've forgotten what the questions were that I asked. Crap, what were the questions that I asked before?
What are the problems?
Oh yes, okay, so let's say you're gonna play test this. What would you think the potential problems might be that you would need to watch out for? Not just bugs, but like mechanically as a fit into the whole. Alright. What am I doing? I am plant. I'm plant, and I've never been to... I'm so excited, you guys. I'm so excited about this secret place. Yay, look at me. Look at them fishes. Oh god, fishy, get away, get away, get away, fish. Get away. Fishies, get away. Oh god. Is that a mine? Will that explode if I... Ah! A crab! Oh god! Get away, crab! Oh my goodness, they're like super scorpions. Oh my god. Get away. Oh, I like how they're little bubbles. It's super cute. Oh my gosh, it's so super cute. I'm really excited that I found a secret area, and I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did to get here, but I got here.
You don't know what you did to
I don't look at this god ray. This is god ray, and see how it comes and goes. I love this god ray. I'm just gonna stand in the god ray. Look how warm it is. Get out of here! I'm standing in the god ray. Just gonna chill here. Underwater. Oh no! No! Oh, I was gonna... Oh, and there's horror! And horror just kills me. Motherfucker. Oh my god. I don't even know what just happened. I have no idea what just happened. I just need to sit here and process this for a bit. And I skipped the sewers? This is a weird secret area. I don't know what to think about secret areas. Okay. Let's read for a moment. So problems you'd have to watch out for. Playtest would be useful to think of how much health it would cost and everything. So tuning how much health would cost. Introducing the weapon could be difficult, actually, because like if the player finds the weapon while he has 3 health, that's a good point. I went straight to Big Dog. What the hell is happening? I'm so confused. Is this real life? Is this real life right now? Can I have candy here? Give me some candy. Just bring the whole bag over. I need to get candy because I can't process what has just happened to me. Alright. Oh, yeah. So, if you used it, he would die. What, you gave me Twix and Snickers! This is bullshit! Give me... No! Give me the Milky Ways, man! Snickers are for gross. Okay, yeah. That's a good point, because people in the game, they're used to picking up a weapon, and they're used to firing it immediately to see what it does. And sometimes you can kill yourself unexpectedly, like if you shoot a grenade launcher into an enemy that's right next to you, which I did, you know, when I was a noob. But it's like you can see what's happened. You can see the projectile come out. We got this thing. It's like, how would you communicate to the player how it worked? Because it works very differently than all the other guns. Like, super different. Super different. Well, you guys can come over here and have all the Twix you want, because I think Twix are gross. So yeah. I think that's problematic. Also, another thing I think that will be tricky is, but what would be tricky? It's like, this is something that has pretty dire consequence to use, so you wouldn't really want to use it often. It's kind of like a no shit thing. But the problem is you only have two weapon slots, so it would kind of be like just sitting there and soaking up one of your weapon slots in a game where you are like trying to you know, you're switching up weapons relatively frequently because you're changing them depending on the situation and just your ammo count or whatever. And like if you had explosives, say it takes explosives, and it's like, okay, would I have that? Would it be even worth it, like compared to like a grenade launcher even? Like maybe I'm trying to think of like situations would be super useful, which would be probably like really late game, because then you might by then have mutations that would help you soak up the health cost, and there's lots of enemies on screen. But the problem is a lot of the late game weapons are really powerful without having a big trade-off. I think the trade-off is tough. Like figuring out how to sell that is gonna be tough. But tell me what your process was in thinking up the idea. Like, how did you decide on this idea, and were you trying to like solve any problems with it or anything like that? Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Give me that machine gun. Hey, give me one of them. Give me a Kit Kat. I didn't mash nothing. They came mashed. I didn't mash them. They were just like that. I would never mash a candy, even if I didn't like it. That's just rude. Okay. Oh God. Okay, here we go. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh! I'm getting candy thrown at me. Alright, Big Bandit. Hold still a minute. There you go. Just hang tight. There we go. There we go. La la la. Someone suggests, what if you can't fire it when it will kill you? And if it kills an enemy, it drops health. That's a good idea of how to address that problem. So, like, make it so that you couldn't commit suicide with it. It would just be kind of like being out of ammo. And, like, the advantage of using it well would be that you're more likely to restock up on your health. I think that's a good way of solving that problem. Yeah. Yeah, Nick points out that the other problem is that if you get a weapon that you can't use and you don't understand why, it's just like, it just feels broken. So if you like get it, if you like pick it up when you only have 3 health and can't use it, and you're like, what's wrong? I'm not out of ammo. Why can't I use this? Like, you would either have to have super specific clear feedback or something.
That actually happens a lot with charged weapons.
Nick says that particular problem happens a lot with charge weapons, because what happens is a player gets the weapon. So by charge weapon, I mean a weapon that you have to hold down and to build up a charge and then release. Because what happens is the player will pick up the weapon And since they've been used to just like pulling the trigger with all the other weapons, they'll pull the trigger, and because it didn't charge up, it won't really do anything. And they're like, what the fuck, this weapon is broken, I don't understand how to use it, and they give up because they prefer to use their shotgun. And we had, what did we have problems with? I mean, games solve it in different ways. Like, what's an example of a weapon like that? I guess like the plasma weapons from Halo, the little pistol that you could like charge up. And in that case, it was the charge up wasn't the main way to use it. That was like a bonus, right? What are other solutions, Nick, for that particular problem?
Another solution to make is to make it so that the weapon fires for a certain period of time, even if you let go of the button. So it'll like start a charge up sound effect, and then like do a wind down, like.
Yeah. The other.
That gives you a cue.
Nick says that the other way to solve that with the charge weapons is to have it still do something when you let go of the trigger to sort of indicate that it's a charge weapon. So something might be like a wind up, wind down sound effect, like with a minigun. Well, a minigun's not a good example because it's not a charge weapon, but it does have a spin up, and if you like press it and it starts making a charge up sound, and then when you release the trigger, it charges back down. That can be a cue to the player to be like, oh, I need to hold down the trigger. So audio cue can really help there in that situation. Another example as in chat would be like have a meter on the gun or the reticle for charging. So if like the reticle itself had like a little circle around it or something, and when you pressed it, it started going up, and released it, it started going back. The trick there would be that it shouldn't happen immediately, because if you just press the button and let go and it's 1-to-1, then you wouldn't really notice it doing anything. But if you like pressed it and let go and had it still like go up like maybe at a slower rate and then back down, so that it was noticeable that it was moving up to begin with, would help. Alright, so the response was, let me see here, hold on. Sometimes I see you dying because of the amount of enemies, even if they're small, and the level is full life and you die super quickly. Thought it might be useful here. Alright, so that's what your thought process was for why, so you were thinking like the problem of being overwhelmed by lots of small enemies. Okay. I can pick this up. Sweet. Alright, Kyle, I know you didn't do your homework because you were sick and working on side projects. But if you... Switching to this was a mistake. Why did I do this? This was a terrible idea. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die because of these stupid rats. Because I picked up a gun that I shouldn't have picked up. So it's good. I like that both of you kind of had a good approach to thinking about it, which is what is the problem I'm trying to solve with coming up with this weapon idea, versus last time where it was more of like what's a cool weapon idea? Oh crap, I'm dead. But both of you like kind of approached. Yours was what's a problem that I want to solve with this weapon, and the other one was like what's something that exists in the game thematically that would make sense, and both of those are good ways to start. I like coming up with some kind of constraint or question that I'm trying to answer, a problem that I'm trying to solve, when coming up with something, because I think it just helps overall. Carl, I was going to say, if you wanted to pitch another weapon idea, even if you didn't think of one beforehand, you can do that. But if you would prefer not to, that's fine too. I was actually thinking about charge weapons in this game. It's funny that Nick brought it up, because I don't know, I guess the flamethrower is kind of like a charge weapon. It's like a beam weapon, because you hold it down. I was thinking about weapons in this game that you hold down the button for, and there's some weapons that are just like, okay, you know, like the minigun or whatever, the machine gun, you just hold it down and it fires. And the flamethrower is kind of just like a beam. But I was thinking of charging weapons. And would a charge weapon work in this game? Like, let's say you had a gun that, I don't know, like, let's say, like, you know, let's do the most basic charge weapon, which is the longer you hold it, the bigger the projectile is. So how, like in this game, if you want to make a weapon like that, how would you communicate it? So we had that problem of the press it once and not realize that it's not doing anything. I think what would need to happen would there'd need to be like a big ol' sound feedback and maybe a big ol' visual effect, like if you held it down and like something started like a big ol' beam of light started going up the muzzle of the gun that was like super obvious, and when you let go, if it just sort of retreated back down, that might work. The question is, would a charge weapon like fit? Would it fit in the game? I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think a charge weapon would fit in this game? Why and why not? Give me your opinions. Oh no! All those rads, I lost them. Did you see them? Made me so sad. The problem with it just being a lame sound effect of doing nothing is you're like, okay, that did nothing. How do I make it do something? I think the sound effect, it's got to do more than just say, you did it wrong. It's got to also give them a clue about what they're supposed to do. Because if it's just like, meh, if it's just, you know, like a, you didn't do anything sound effect, it's like, okay, there's level 1 Big Bandit again. I understand that it didn't work, but I don't have any idea how to make it do something. Versus like a wind up, wind down sound gives a little more information. Like the player still has to interpret it. They have to figure out, oh, they have to like associate the sound with, oh, something is about to do something, and when I let go, it went back down, so I like lost something, you know, that sort of stuff. So it has to be, you have to think about it quite a bit. Okay, so the charging weapons. Let's start. Would a charge weapon work in this game? A bow would be nice for a charge weapon. It's intuitive that it needs to be charged. So like pull like a longbow, like a freaking longbow. There's a little animation that it's like pulling back, and then you let go, and that affects the range of your shot.
Yeah, the advantage there is you have the expectation of a wind-up already built in.
Yeah, Nick says the advantage there is you have the expectation of a wind-up already built in just from the what it is. You see it, and you're like, oh, this is like a longbow. I know how I have some understanding of how bows work. When you have some crazy-ass weapon, crazy-ass charge weapon. What's a charge weapon? Did we have any charge weapons in Resistance that we had this problem with? What was it? Was it the EMD, right? That was was that the EMD or the arc charger? Was that the EMD? Or the atomizer, rather. So we had the EMD, or the atomizer, and it was like, it fired a big old beam of electricity, but you had to hold it down. And we had that issue where players were just sort of tapping it and not getting what was going on, just switching to another gun. Which was a shame, because the atomizer was like a really fun weapon to use when you knew how to use it. So what things did we do to solve that, Nick?
We solved that mainly with the effects.
Yeah, so it was mainly effects. I mean, the sound as well, but also like there were a lot of visual effects on there. Because I remember like it would like sputter, right, or something when if you tapped it. Like, what happened when you tapped it? I can't remember. It's been a long time since I played that game.
It would do the wind up and then wind down.
But what did it do visually? What was the visual effect on it? Yeah, I think it like sort of sputtered.
It started to light up.
So oh yeah, so it's like slowly started glowing up, and then when you let go, it slowly glowed back down. So it sort of conveyed that, hey, this is something that's going to happen in charge over time. I think the laser cannon could be a charge weapon. It shoots more the longer you hold it down. The wildfire is not a charge weapon. That you just freaking shoot, and then you all fire and shoot bullets out of bullets. So I guess the question is, so there aren't charge weapons in this game, and there's probably a reason that there aren't charge weapons in this game. And the reason is definitely not they didn't think of putting charge weapons in this game. That I can guarantee you is not the reason that there are not charge weapons. So, why aren't there charge weapons in this game? That is the question I want you to answer. Think about the relationship, like, don't think about a charge weapon in isolation. Think about how it fits in the arsenal of all the weapons available in this game that you might find at the same time. And tell me why there are no charge weapons in this game. And it's not because it's technically hard or anything like that. Oh. What am I gonna pick? The game is fast-paced. Okay, why would that matter? Because Resistance 3 was pretty fast-paced, but we had several charge weapons. So it's not just that it's fast-paced. Cause Requiring the user to hold something would seem slow. Because there's... Yes, I want serious answers. So, like, I think that, you know, although it would seem slow, I think that there is... So here's something that they do have, is they have delayed fire weapons. Like the laser cannon is an example of that. That is a weapon that you pull the trigger and there's a little delay before it fires. So you do get a little bit of that feeling of, okay, I'm going to hit the trigger, but then I have to like be planning my movement before it fires off. It's not like a huge delay, but it's noticeable. So I think that yeah, I think that it's not like just the pacing, because they do have delayed. Like I guess like you could look at the laser cannon in particular and be like, why? Why is this a delayed shot and not a charged shot? Well, if you make the charge weapons a late game thing, the player would need X amount of skill to find it, so you can assume they could figure it out. They would need to be very late game. That's a good point. The later you get, the crazier the weapons are, and the more you're like, okay, I've never seen this weapon before, I'm gonna have to stop and think and figure out what this does. So I think that as far as difficulty of use, yeah, that makes sense. There are late game weapons. It would make sense that people would probably be more willing to figure out how it works. So the question is, then why? Why, even if that is true, then why are there no why are there no charge weapons? Even if, like, okay, they could work late game. And I have no idea, by the way, because, you know, I don't know, maybe they're planning charge weapons as a new archetype and it's on the table and they're totally going to do it. I'm just trying to, like, pick your brains and make you think about what design problems the charge weapons would have in the context of this particular game. And I think maybe the laser cannon's a good example of that, because, yeah, you could make the laser cannon charge, but it's not. It's a delayed shot. And I want to know why you think this is. Another way to think about this is think about which alt fires that you have to hold a button down and how that affects how they're used. So like Crystal, you have to hold a button down. And Eyes, you have to hold a button down. And I find Eyes like super hard to use his alt fire, I guess, when I'm moving. Like, for some reason, it's really hard to hold that button down and be, like, moving and firing with the other one. Like, Crystal, you don't move, so you just hold it down. It's not hard. But again, the reason that that's hard is because it's, like, the other button, right? You're holding one button down and tapping the other. I should... What am I going to do? I'm going to do this one. Okay. Let's see. All weapons handle the same. Variety makes the game seem more interesting. Making one weapon be different by charging seems a little boring. Pizzazz by variety. Put on a button press. But if that's the argument, if variety makes things so more interesting, then that would be an argument for charging a charged weapon to be a good thing, because you are having to use it differently. But you guys aren't answering the question that I'm asking. You're answering like, well, how could we make charged weapons work? And that's not the question I'm asking. Like, yeah, you could put them late game. Yeah, you could put a tip screen to be like, you need to charge, and that's how you could teach it. But the question I'm asking is, why aren't they in the game now? Like, what makes them hard to fit in with, like, the game as a whole? What about people who do... Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I think that, you know, it's complex to use, like, that could be a reason, but I think that's pretty solvable. Alright, let me do another level. I'm paying attention. Do, 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 do. Nick's is pissed because the blue wizards in Zelda can move diagonally and he can't move diagonally. What do you think, Nick? Why do you think there aren't charged weapons in Nuclear Throne? Nick's he's a weapons programmer. He's made a lot of weapons in his day and dealt with a lot of designers designing weapons in his day. Oh crap.
I think that charged weapons in general have a very awkward relationship with ammo, and since ammo is very important in that game, it can cause problems with balancing.
Alright, so Nick says charged weapons in general have a very awkward relationship with how ammo works. And since ammo is a really important part of this game, it could cause problems. Because it's like, alright, when the sort of the problems, like the awkward things that come with ammo and charged weapons are, when does it start depleting? Does it deplete like a beam, or does it deplete on the shot? And do you have any ammo taken away when you don't charge it up fully? And it's just a little awkward. And
yeah, like, if you charge it, does it use more ammo?
yeah, does it, like, let's say you charge it up halfway and release a shot. Does that mean it only uses half ammo and it only takes full ammo when you charge up a whole shot? Like, it's not very one-to-one, and so it can be tricky. And in this game, like, managing your ammo count is something that's very important. And it's pretty binary. You can tell, like, how much ammo something's going to take. Even the big weapons, like, that you hold down fire on, it's very clear. It's very like boom, 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 boom. That's the ammo depletion. With something like a charged weapon, if you are using it and, like, it's hard to sort of, if that's the case, like if it doesn't use full ammo, if it has a varied ammo depending on how much you charge, it's sort of hard to keep in your mind. In some games, that's not like a big deal. Like, you don't really care. But in this game, managing ammo is a big deal. And so yeah, I can see how that might have been a deterrent to be like, all right, these aren't really going to work for this game. Let's read. Let's see here. Maybe because charged weapons have different feeling, it's not so direct even with the feedbacks. I don't... let's see. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, the feel of it might not be a good fit for this game. Just the feel of how a charge weapon works. Because this game is it's like boom, 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 boom. Like, it's very snappy, and the weapons that you use have pretty immediate feedback. Even the beam weapons have pretty immediate feedback, and it could just be that, like, the feel of a charge weapon just doesn't fit aesthetically with the overall weapon feel in the game. That could be a reason. I don't feel like seeing a charge weapon in the game, actually. I think if there were to be a charge weapon, it'd just be useful for really big enemies in some specific situation, because basically you kill the enemy super quickly in this game. That's true. Like if it was, you know, like just like a big old cannon. But there are other ways of doing charge mechanic that aren't just build up a giant shot and let it go. Like let's say you had a weapon, and I'm just making this up on the fly, where you held it down, and while you held it down, anything your reticle touched meant it would lock on, and you let go, and it's just unleashes a ton of projectiles. And so if you pressed it just like normal, it would just shoot out like a normal projectile. But if you held it up and charged it up, then you could like paint your reticle all over the screen and be like boop 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 boop, and then let go, and it'd be like kind of like a lock on, like an auto lock thing. So that's an example of, okay, that's a charged weapon because you're holding it down and not getting any feedback until you let go. But oh my god, is it raining? Holy crap, you guys, it's raining. Oh my god. No, this is serious. Big deal. It hasn't rained here in months. I think it was... Oh god, no, it's still going. It's just really light. It hasn't rained here in like 4 months. This is cause for great celebration. No wonder I'm so achy. Anyway, what the hell was I talking about? Oh yeah. So like that's an example of a sort of a charge mechanic that isn't necessarily a one-shot thing. So that would be a charge mechanic that would be useful for lots of small enemies on screen, because you could like hold it down and be like boo 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 boo, and when you let go it would just like auto lock onto things. So it's like charge weapons aren't only for building up a single high damage projectile. There are other ways to do it. Not necessarily saying that would make sense in this game either. Let's see here. It's been raining here for a week. Yeah, you live in Seattle. It's raining. End of class, everyone. A lightning pistol. I love lightning weapons so much. I just like how they feel. Pew. Ouch. Yeah, I live in LA, so it never ever rains here because it's the desert. Well, that's right. Well, you live up there. You live in like the Seattle area, right? You live up in that general vicinity. Like I live in Burbank technically. Some charts live in the least sunny city in LA. That's depressing. Okay. Anyway, maybe I should ask. What do you think? Maybe I should just go ask. For educational purposes, why aren't there charged weapons in the game? Or maybe I should be like, here's the reason my class thought that there are no charged weapons. You can tell if we're right or not. Get some, because here's the thing about getting better, right? You have to measure your progress, even in stuff like coming up with ideas or just thinking about stuff. It's part of deliberate practice. You have to be able to look at your results and judge them, so you know if you need to do better. So gotta judge yourself, not like in a mean way, but just like it's kind of like if you like play a song and record it and listen to yourself playing it to sort of figure out, you know, if it's good or not. I will ask. We will find out the answer. Oh god, Oh, this is a bad situation. Okay, excellent. Sweet. Now I've got to think of a different topic for class. Since we talked about weapons. The last class just sort of started spontaneously. Ow! You should have got a potion. Did you buy another shield? Good. You need that shield. That shield is important. Who among you has played the original Zelda in my stream? No, it does have something to do with something. Because it has something to do with deliberate practice and the idea of deliberate practice. And you often see deliberate practice talked about in, like, music. Like, learning to play the violin. Or sports. Like, getting better at sports. Like, you know, sports. Or even getting better at public speaking. Like, giving a presentation. That's an application of deliberate practice that you see a lot. But you also see it... I mean, you don't see it a lot. You can apply it in things like game design. The trick is getting that loop, because the thing in, like... Alright, so Regis has played the first Zelda. Noob's played the first 5 minutes. What does that even mean, the first 5... Like, you wandered around for 5 minutes and then stopped? Or, like, you played the first dungeon? Because first Zelda is, like, totally open world. I don't even know what I'm doing. What the hell am I doing? I don't even know. I've seen an AI play Zelda. Well, that's something. Alright, what should Nick play after Zelda? Because basically what happened was we got a Wii U for Bayonetta 2. And we beat Bayonetta 2. And we have that co-op Mario game. We can play that. But then Nick was like, I want to play Zelda. Like the first Zelda. So we got it. And now he is remembering. So a funny thing about Zelda, like I played it a ton when I was little, right? And I had like this weird muscle memory in my brain regarding it. But Nick was like, do you remember where the third dungeon is? And I was like, oh, I don't remember. I used to know, but I don't remember. And I was like, I'll go look it up. So I go to look up where the third dungeon is. And all I see, I see a screenshot of the entrance, of what the entrance looks like. And that's all it took. Like, that, like, triggered something deep in my brain. I was like, oh, I remember exactly how to get there. You go here, here, and there, and you go down and to the right. And that's how you get there. And I'd completely forgotten about it, but it just took seeing a picture of what the entrance looked like to jog my memory. Noob says when he played Zelda, the first Zelda, he thought the menu was part of the game. The menu. Oh, like the menu, like when you pull it up and it's got like the Triforce and what all your I'm gonna die. What all your items are and stuff. Stupid Scorpion. Ruining everything. Hate Scorpions so much. Ugh. No, I didn't want. Give me that. Ruining everything, Scorpion. God. God. Why you gotta be like that? Dude, there's like 4 of them up here. God. Get out of here. Alright, maybe you get boom. Oh, the AI thought that. The AI thought that the menu was part of the game.
Or was it one of those like randomly
like
random play?
Yeah. Yeah. Do 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 do. Boom 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 boom. So who in the stream's gonna come watch me play Alien Isolation tomorrow? For Dia de los Muertos. No, it's real. Boop. What's Zelda doing to you now? So it measured the variables and thought the up and down movement meant it was progressing in the menu. It sounds like a metaphor for thinking you're progressing in life when you're really not. Give me them rats. I need that help. Oh! Oh. Sitting at work with no AC. Ew. Sucks. Oh, this is a terrible place to be. Nick says he needs Game Genie. Oh! Goodness. I have to go into work tomorrow too. Makes me sad, but gotta fix these last bugs. They're all... Well, yeah, last bugs is in like the bugs that I have on the list. There's definitely gonna be bugs. Freaking bugs. Alright, I have to think of a new topic for class. Maybe next class. I don't know. What do you guys want to freaking learn about? I don't know. Brr. Yep. Yep, it's... super convenient. Alright, I'm gonna do another crystal run. This is gonna be serious. Bug. There will be bugs starring me. Alright, this is gonna be a serious run. Seriously paying attention for serious. This is the most seriousness I've ever been. Never been more serious in my life than I have this very moment. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, super serious. Teach me about minigame design. Oh, minigames. What would you consider a game that has good minigames? Me? Okay, so Cena, here's what happened. Last time I streamed Nuclear Throne, I spontaneously had game design class. It was an accident, but people seemed to dig it. So I was like, alright, I'll just keep doing it. And so I gave everyone homework, and then they had to do their homework today. And so now I'm like, well, I may as well keep doing this. Nick, what do you think is a game that had good minigames? No, just a game that had good minigames, period. Doesn't have to be core part of the game or just like, you know, whatever. Nick likes the minigames from the Simpsons arcade game. I don't remember what those were. Oh yeah. I don't know if they were level. We had to like pump up. Yeah. Carlos says Mario Party. WarioWare, oh my god. WarioWare was a huge part of my life. WarioWare is just like... but the thing about that game is just like minigames. That's all. They're micro games, really. It's micro games inside of minigames. I'm thinking of a game that has a core game like to it, and it just has these minigame extras. Kind of like fishing. Like fishing is a minigame. Lots of games have fishing. Stuff like that. Boom. 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 But if we can get some ideas of good games that have good minigames, so let's think of a couple of those. And we'll think of games that have bad minigames. What do you think is a game that has bad minigames? Nick thinks a lot of the minigames in GTA are pretty bad. So let's hear it. Games that have good mini games, games that have bad mini games. Yeah, that was it. That was the class. That was on Monday, right? When I did class and stream. That's what I'm talking about. It was just I just sort of decided to do it. Oh, look at that big health down there. I want that. I want that, but I have to be careful. Can't be greedy. Can't be greedy. Gotta take care of these rats first. Eek! Alright, let's go up here. I'm gonna get all my health back from farming rats. Boop. Boom. 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 Okay. What did we say? Jazzpunk has an incredible minigame. You play a cat scratching the walls. Ratchet and Clank has good minigames. Simple, but they change things up. Oh yeah, like the Ratchet... I mean the Clank minigames, like Crack in Time, I really liked. I really liked the time puzzles a lot. I really thought that they had a nice effect on the pacing of the overall game. Those Clank time puzzles. Boop. And you also had, like, it wasn't just the Clank games too, right? It was like you had like the arena, I can't even speak. The arena in Crack in Time, and that's like the Gladiator Arena. That is also a kind of a mini game as well. Boom. Jazzpunk is really wonderful, by the way. Go and play it. Well, maybe I will. Nick says he shan't. Oh no, fire! Oh no, crows everywhere. Get out of here, crows. Be gone. Boop, boop, boop. Do 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 do. Oh, a shovel. I'll take it. Bam! Shoveled. Bloop. Oh yeah, things like my blaster runs hot. Like, so there's like the Clank time puzzles. There's stuff like the arena, and then there's like, you know, the actual arcade minigame in the place. So those are like varying levels of minigames that are not necessarily obtrusive. Why do you think that the minigames in GTA 5 were bad?
They were more themed than they weren't like interesting anything. It was like play darts.
Right.
And it was like not a very good time.
Nick doesn't like them because he said they were more themed than the actual gameplay in a lot of ways, and they were not very interestingly themed. Like, it would be like play darts, but it would not be that great of a darts game or whatever. I think good minigames, they mix things up while still retaining like an element of the core game pretty strongly. Knights of the Old Republic has tons of minigames, like the blackjack game, Pac-Man minigame. GTA minigames are always funky. I thought that Ni no Kuni had good... I don't know if you would call them minigames, though. Those were just like other things you could do in the game. Oh, fire. But so, like, let's think about Ratchet and Clank Crack in Time. So, the arena, that makes sense, because that's just like straight up combat. It's like isolating combat in the game and just sort of letting you run wild with that. And the Clank puzzles was sort of, it was isolating platforming, but throwing in this whole other puzzle element in it. But it still had a lot of the platforming that's central to the core game. My blaster runs hot. I don't know. There's shooting in it. You know, but it was simple and small and silly, and it made sense because it was like, oh, you're playing an arcade game inside of the game. A game inside the game. Oh, That was a terrible spawn. Alright, big dog. Oh, wait, I forgot it was big dog time already, and I do not have good weapons for big dog. Get out of here, assassin. Cramping my style. Oh, he's awake. Oh, this is not great for me. Let's see. Be something. Oh, yes, I will take that. Thank you, sir. Alright, let's get rid of this nonsense. Oh my gosh, so many. So many. I need to get out of here. This is not good positioning for me. Not good positioning. All right. Oof. Do 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 do. Here's a question. At what point do you think you should start designing minigames for your game? Do you think that should be from the get-go? Or do you think that should be happening later on in development? After you have the core all figured out? There's...
Well... They can happen at the same time.
Nick says they can happen at the same time. Because they're not necessarily directly related. It's true. I think it probably is going to depend on the situation. Mm-hmm. Ah, freaking street lights. Oh, get away from me. Ah, not great positioning. I need that mutation that gives me better reload. What? Oh, the fairy? Mm-hmm. Underground Railroad? What the hell game are you playing? Wait, what are you I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you serious?
The Underground Railroad and Zelda?
Yeah.
What are you I don't know what you're talking about. Alright.
Go over here after you get the power blood.
Okay. Oh, that thing!
Yeah.
The Underground Railroad? Oh man. So when Nick talks about the Underground Railroad in Zelda, he's talking about like when you get the glove and you can use like the stairs that'll like warp you to a different side of the map. That's what he's talking about. Underground Railroad, jeez. Okay, let's see. I think something like Mario Party minigames are important from the start. When there's some story, but you got stuck at minigames until you figure out more. Haha! I think they involve less critical thinking than story progression. Mario Party is nothing but minigames. Not entirely true, but basically. Like, you know, there's an overarching progression to it, but like the core mechanic of the game is playing those minigames, I would say. Versus something like Ratchet, where the core mechanic of the game is platforming and shooting. And the minigames, like, you know, take those outside the context of the main progression. It also sort of depends what kind of game you're making. Like, if you're making a open world game, then your approach to how you design minigames is going to be different than if you're doing like a linear game. Depends, let's see. Depends on what kind of minigame it is. Let's take two examples. The arena in Ratchet is really important because it makes you earn experience and everything, but at the end of Ratchet & Clank 2, you unlock a little multiplayer minigame that has nothing to do with it, really. For the first, it should be thinking in the beginning, because you're using it for, like, experience progression. While the other one is more like, oh, let's make the player unlock this, because it's like a little fun thing. That makes sense. Alright. Nick says he is more of a fan of toys than minigames. Explain what you mean.
So a toy is just a little system that kind of fits into a separate mode.
A toy is like a system that fits in.
It can maybe feel like a system, but it's not like what you're doing with a totally separate game.
Can you guys hear Nick? Or I've been repeating what he says, but I don't know if you can even just hear him. Probably not. But he says that it's more like its own little system. So give us an example. What's an example of a game with both mini games and toys, and what's an example of one and the other? God, there's so many car throwers in this freaking level. A lot of toys in WoW.
Yeah.
What about something like Red Dead?
You get a lot of little items that don't have much function other than do a little extra thing.
Yeah. They say it is hard to hear you. So. Next time we do this, I'll use the big mic. Do. Oh my gosh, Little Hunter is next. I'm not gonna fight Little Hunter with a bazooka. That seems like a mistake. Seems like a bad plan. I'll do the Assault Slugger. The Assault Slugger. The Soul Slugger. I'm gonna go with this. Alright, Little Hunter, bring it. Bring it! Oh my god! Ah! Oh gosh, this is a terrible place. Did I kill him? I think I killed him and lived. Holy crap. Everything turned out fine, guys. No cause for alarm. Give me those healths, please. Wow. Okay, that turned out well. Normally that doesn't go so well for me. Especially when I'm in a tight space. Normally if I spawn like that, Little Hunter, I'm like, oh god, this is gonna be terrible. Do 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 do. Bam! Oh goodness. All right, you guys. I'm feeling good. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it to the palace at least. I feel this to be the case. What will we have homework for next week? I don't know yet. I don't know. I gotta think of even a class to have next week. Talking about minigames. There's no minigames in this game. I like talking about the weapons because it was like a very applicable to what I was playing. Is that real? It's real. Much more fun than college homework. Ha 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 ha. What? I don't remember. I have to like. Oh shit. What kind of homework should I give to my class, Nick?
Have them design a weapon for Sunset.
Yeah! Design a weapon for Sunset Overdrive.
Just do my job for me.
Yeah, just do Nick's job. We'll do that. We'll stream Sunset next time. You guys will have to design. Well, we'll do the same exercise. We'll stream Sunset, and we will we'll do a similar thing. I need that thing that way we'll get some experience doing, like, because you know we can talk about weapons that would make total sense for Sunset but would make no sense for this game. Like, we'll have comparison. That's what we'll do. Ah, gosh, I need to find the other that guy there. Get out of here. Oh wow, that went well. Alright, so for class next week, or next time I stream, which I'm not sure when that'll be. I don't know, maybe Monday or something. Maybe not Monday, because I don't know. Just stay tuned, basically. Follow me on Twitter if you don't already. Stay tuned, and I'll say when next class will be. And I'll stream Sunset. and we'll talk about weapons for Sunset. I'll let you guys see some of the weapons in action, and we'll do what we did here last time, which is we'll come up with some ideas in the stream, and we'll figure it out. It'll be fun. Oh God! Don't blow me up! Don't blow me up! Oh God! Oh my good God! Oh God! Please give me health back. No, damn it! Ugh! I did make it to the palace though. I shouldn't have stood next to that. I should have moved. Alright. Okay, guys. I think that's gonna be it for me for tonight. I am super exhausted. And I want to watch Nick try and beat Zelda. And yeah. Thanks for coming to class. I hope you learned something. What'd you learn? Okay, there's one last thing. One last thing is I want each of you to tell me one thing you learned from class. from this class that was new and insightful to you. And then that'll be the closing comments, I suppose. Actually, I'm not even gonna play Crystal. I'm gonna play someone else that I'm terrible at. I'll play Young Venus. Yeah, it's closer, getting closer. I can feel myself improving. They wish you would stream Zelda. I don't know if the Wii U has built-in streaming capabilities, and we don't have a capture card.
Yeah, I don't think it does.
So we can't stream Zelda, unfortunately. I will say that the built-in streaming in the Xbone is like super easy. It's like, oh wow, you just like start the broadcast. Alright, Noob learned that planning doesn't just involve simple things. You need to actually try to stress test the weapon in your mind to see if it's even reasonable. I'd say that's a good learninating. That's good learning. Good insights. Oh, get away from me. Get away, get away. Oh, I hate these things. I'm no good with Young Venus because he's like super aggressive. Like everything he does is aggressive. There's like no defensive capabilities whatsoever that I'm not that great with. So you have to be like super good on your feet. Pew pew pew. Look how good on my feet I am. Choo, choo, choo. And I'm Oops, that was a terrible shot. Do 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 do. All right, what about the rest of you? What'd you learn? Tell me what you learned in class today. Tell me an insight that you had. Need insights. Need data. More data. I haven't seen that movie in forever. No, freaking Short Circuit. Did you remember? Did you watch Short Circuit when you were little? That movie. All right. Let's see what other people learned. Oh. Oh, get out of here. Stina learned that good minigames work well when reinforcing the gameplay, but putting it in a different context. Good insight. Regis says, I would say I've never seen things like Arena and Ratchet & Clank as a minigame before this stream, but it makes sense. Like, wasn't thinking a minigame could use the gameplay of the game, maybe, and some other things. Alright, good insights, people. Does anyone else have any other insights? Because otherwise I'm going to... I'll go until I die. I'll go until I die with Young Venus, which shouldn't be too long. I don't even use my pop on that. Boom. I need this. Ah! They spawned me right next to Ball Guy. Like, right next to him. There's like 3 Ball Guys here! Why are there so many? Get out of here. Jeez. These freaking Ball Guys. Jesus. Yeah, who names their kid Ball Guy? I learned that you'll never beat the throne, Lisa. Damn it! I will beat the throne. I just need to believe and keep trying and keep improving. And every time I die, I need to know why I died and understand what has happened so that next time I can do better. Just keep getting better. Ah, no! Ugh, crap. You knew this already. Boo. Okay. Alright, that's gonna be it for tonight for me, guys. Thanks for coming to the stream. I'll highlight this up, post it, and I'll put it on the YouTubes as well, because why the hell not? The YouTubes. Alright, have a good weekend, everybody. See some of you tomorrow for alien streaming. It'll be super fun. Bye-bye.